the time has come to fire this thing up. Now just hold up. Before we can get into the fun stuff, there is some work to do first. Remember how I said that the old gearbox mount will work and we can reuse that? Well, it turns out it's not going to work. Aww. After looking at the gearbox mount a bit more, it turns out that the gearbox could lift up by another 30 millimeters. There was more room than I first saw, so the higher the better. We don't want the gearbox as the lowest point of the car underneath. So like always, I went to the scrap pile first to pick out a few pieces of steel that we'll use to build a new gearbox mount with. Using 2 pieces of 30 by 30 angle iron cut to a length of about 100 millimeters, that will bolt up to the body with 4 10mm bolts. So at first I was going to go with a single tube, but decided 2 20mm square tubing pieces might be a bit stronger. Also, the mounting point will just be a lot easier to find and figure out, with everything being square. I ended up making a slit in a piece of plate for the gearbox to bolt onto and have some adjustability. Honestly, that's just to compensate for my poor measuring skills. But with the final test fit, I got the new mount fully welded and painted. What the? So gearbox mount done. Now we can move on to the exhaust. Now this engine has a tendency to backfire extremely loud, especially on a cold start. So before we can even think about starting this thing up, I do want to finish the exhaust. So at the back we are done and the exhaust will stay exactly the same. But I do need to make a piece that'll go from the current open header to about the center of the car. I have a few 3-inch or 76mm old exhaust pieces that I'm going to use to cut up and use for this. So let's get that done, and then I really want to fire this beast up. Hopefully it'll start. I mean, it should, but I guess you never know. So let's do the exhaust and then we'll try that. As I was welding this new flared piece that'll bolt up to the exhaust header, it started raining. Refreshing at first because it's been hella hot lately over here, but then all of a sudden all hell broke loose. Almost lost the carport, and I just got a new shading net put onto it. Apparently with the previous owner, this has ended up in the neighbor's yard before. Now that would have sucked. Also, surprisingly enough, this thing didn't take off with this giant wing. So me and the doggo just waited out the storm and luckily ended up with no real damage, so that I can get back to work on the exhaust the very next day. And here it is, the final piece of the exhaust puzzle. So let's start at the beginning. Like you saw, I got a 76mm flared piece onto the beginning of the exhaust. That'll bolt up to the exhaust header. Then straight out of the silencer, we bump it up a size to 76mm or 3 inches. And then you might be wondering, what in tarnation are all of these things sticking out? So the first bung we have over here is understandable. It's for an O2 sensor for if and when we need to tune the car. That just makes tuning easier. Just like that. Then moving down the exhaust, we have this little tube sticking out, as well as another screw-in nut. Now I've always wanted to try something like this, and I thought while I am busy with the exhaust, let's do this and get everything ready for in the future we want to play with this stuff. So this little tube will be to add an injector, a fuel injector to the exhaust, and then the bung down here is to add a spark plug to that. So fuel injector on that little tube, and then in this we'll have the spark plug, and at the end of the day the idea is with the push of a button we'll have some flames coming out the car's bum. If I can make this work, I think it's gonna be sick. So do make sure you are subscribed for that. But anyway, now that we have this piece of the exhaust done, let's get that back onto the car, and then I do want to connect up some fuel lines and see if this thing will fire up. We won't be able to run it for very long as it doesn't have a cooling system, but for testing purposes I really want to hear this thing. Perfect. Exhaust is back on the car. Now a couple of things before we start this thing up for the very first time, or at least try to. I do need to get some oil in there. I have not yet put oil into the engine since I did the oil pan. My theory on that was if it doesn't have oil it can't leak oil, because as soon as I touch something it starts leaking. So I think it might leak, but hopefully not. We'll get the fresh oil in there in a second. And then as you can see over there we have a throttle cable for even when I do get it fired up, we can at least rev it up a bit. Over on this side I do have the stock fuel pump that came out of the Ford, so I have that plumbed in the feed and return line, and then in a bucket that I'll get some fuel into, and then that fuel pump I'll just power up with that battery. I have the laptop over in the driver's seat just to check if we pick up the crank signal. So let's do the oil, get some fuel to that fuel pump, and then give it a go. This is the oil that came out of the engine, recycling. It is fairly new oil, so it'll be fine. Maybe I should check for leaks. Nothing yet. Definitely gonna keep an eye on that oil pressure light as well as soon as it starts up. Perfect. This is obviously very sketchy and not recommended, but gotta do what we gotta do. That'll give us about 10 seconds of running time. You do be thirsty. Come on, get in there. Okay. Okay, so pickup is in there. Return. Give it some power. Okay, that seems to work. Laptop connected. I guess the only thing left to do is to press this red button. Okay, we have a leak. We have a leak. That was way too easy. Oh, I forgot about the gearbox cooler lines are still disconnected. So let me figure that out. And then we'll fire it up again. I can't believe it started that easy. It never even started that easy back when it was still in the Ford. Take two. What's on fire? Oh, it's just the exhaust. What the hell just happened? Not only did the car fire up, but how easily it fired up. Like, that's not normal for the Benz channel. But I am stoked. I mean, that's just one of the greatest feelings in the world. And it sounds absolutely amazing. So I guess next thing is to figure out a fuel tank for the car. And then we need to do the gearbox prop shaft or the drive shaft. And then we need to figure out how we're going to shift the gears. And oh, we need brakes. Definitely need brakes. But I think in the next video I'll do the fuel tank, and then I might get back to work on the M104 turbo. All the parts for the new turbo manifold just came in, so I really want to get started on that as well. But this has me really excited for this new project car. Anyway, I think it's a great way to end off this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace!